What's up, everyone? This is Sean Rampersad here from the LendRamp Mortgage team at TMG, the Mortgage Group. Today I'm going to be talking about the pros and the cons of Canada's first-time homebuyer incentive. I think there's some confusion around the program, and I wanted to clarify. Also, there has been some changes for 2023 to the program, and I'm going to tell you all about it. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like the video if you like it. It helps me to create more content for you to keep you up to date on everything that's happening in the mortgage world. So first and foremost, what is the first-time homebuyer incentive? The first-time homebuyer incentive is something that the government is offering so that you can lower your payments for a period of time and qualify for a little bit more on your mortgage. So basically what they're doing, on a brand new property, the government's giving you up to 10% to put down towards your down payment if you qualify for the program. So brand new properties, the government will give you 10% towards your down payment. You still have to come up with 5% yourself. On a used property, the government is giving you 5% to put down. So you still have to come up with your 5% on your own, whether you borrow that or whether you get it gifted to you or whether it's coming from savings. 5% from yourself, the government will match 5% if you qualify for the program. And finally, on mobile homes, you will also, mobile and modular, you qualify for 5% down payment. So pretty good program overall, and there's a lot of pros and cons to it. So first of all, how do you qualify? In most municipalities, they will finance the amount up to 4 times your annual income. So in other words, if you make $100,000 today, they will finance you for your mortgage up to $400,000, no more than that. Okay? If your mortgage amount is $500,000 and your household income is $100,000, you will not qualify for the program. Okay, so just make sure you're under that if you want to try to qualify for that program. And it's the finance amount, not the purchase price of the house. So you can also put more down to qualify for a little bit more. And I'm gonna have examples of this on my website, which I will attach to the notes, the notes below. So take a look at that. There's gonna be a link in there directly to the website where you can get all this information and examples and that type of thing. What's the latest rule change on the first-time homebuyer incentive? The latest rule change is they share in your loss or in your gain up to 8% per year. Meaning they will give you up to 8% per year in gain or 8% a year in loss when you have to pay them back. So do I have to pay back the first-time homebuyer incentive? Yes, you do, okay? The first-time homebuyer incentive has to be paid back after 25 years or when you sell the property. So, after 25 years, if the property value goes up by $100,000, you have to pay back 5% of that if you took 5% originally. So I've got an example here where I've got a property value, and I'm just using this. I know most people's property value is not this low in Canada, but purchase price $100,000. Let's say you put 5% down from your own savings, okay? That would be $5,000 that you put down. Then you put, the government will match that. You bought a used house, let's say, so they put another $5,000 down, 5% on a used home. So your total mortgage amount would be $90,000, okay? But after 25 years, that property is worth $150,000. Good for you, okay? So there's a $50,000 gain in value. So the amount you have to pay back is $150,000, okay, the property value, times 5%. Okay, because there's been a $50,000 gain. So now let's talk about the pros and cons of the first-time homebuyer incentive. So first pro, the government will give you up to 5% for the incentive if you qualify for the program, okay? Number two, you'll get lower payments overall for your entire mortgage as long as you have the program in place and you haven't paid it back. 3, the government gives you up to 10% for a brand new property, or the government will give you up to 5% for a used property or a mobile, okay? 4, it's a very, very simple application process. Like when you put an application in with me, I take care of everything for you. We do all the paperwork and we send that into the bank. Then the lawyer will receive the paperwork and request the funds from the government. And that's basically the entire process of it. So I take care of everything for you. There's not much you have to do. 5, the lawyer receives some money seamlessly from the government. So basically, the lawyer goes to the government, sends in their documentation, they send the paperwork, the lawyer has to put a charge on your title, okay? And that is one of the cons of it, but we'll talk about that in a second. So the lawyer puts a registration from the government on your title that this 5% was given to you, or 10% if it was a brand new property, okay? You'll pay less interest overall for the entire amount of the loan. Number 6, you'll be able to qualify for a more expensive home due to the program. I know, like, in some markets and right now specifically, the qualifying rate has gone up a lot, so people are qualifying for less. With this program, you'll qualify for a little bit more on a property, for sure. It does decrease the amount of your mortgage insurance that you have to pay, okay? So there's some money savings there. And it's an interest-free loan up to 25 years, okay? Now, what are the cons? The cons of the first-time homebuyer incentive is there's a $120,000 household income cap, meaning if your household makes more than this, you'll not qualify. If you live in Victoria, Vancouver, or Toronto, they cap you out at $150,000 for household income. So in those markets, they let you qualify for more. And I'll talk to you about that in a second here. Number 2, there's a second mortgage registered on your title, and there is a cost for the second mortgage to be registered on your title. If you're refinancing in the future, there's also a cost to have that registration on your title. It's not huge in Canada, but it's still something, okay? Number 4, you have to pay it back after 25 years or when you sell the property. One of the two. You do have to pay it back. If you had a major gain in property value, you're going to have to pay back a little bit more money than what you originally borrowed from them. But keep in mind, you paid nothing for it. It was interest-free, and you had lower payments all these years, okay? The government does share in your gain or the loss. Of course, the government's expecting that there's going to be a gain in property value over 25 years or by the time you sell it. So for them, it's like it's a business thing. I think they are going to definitely be making money off of it. Generally, you're going to be paying back more than what you borrow, okay? And finally, they cap the gain at 8% per year to mitigate loss, and that's one of the negatives of what came out in 2023 in this program. But it's still overall a great program for most people. Before you decide whether or not you want to go with this program, run it by me and let's talk about the pros and cons and whether if it's right for you. But I can tell you that most people that qualify for it have been working with the program because it is good overall, okay? I want to remind you, our mortgage team is the most aggressive mortgage brokers in Canada. We get the absolute lowest rates. We give the best service possible. And we want to help you with any mortgage needs you yourself or your clients might have. We're also very well known for being the easiest company to get approved through. And that's just because we work with more lenders than most banks and financial institutions. So 2023, I want to help you. 2023 and beyond, I want to help you. Give me a call anytime. I'm located right now in Edmonton, Alberta. We have offices across Canada. My number is 780-278-4847. And that's Sean Rampersad.